Hello, and welcome to another Radical Red Challenge run. This time it's an electric run, and we're at the Elite Four. Our team is the Kilowattrel, Iron Hands is our legendary, we have Rotom Wash with Levitate, Stunfisk with Water Absorb, and the Focus Sash, Mega Monotype, and Hisuian Electrode. A pretty standard team. Our first battle is of course against Lorelei, and we've gone for a water team because it's a bit easier. We're able to almost take out the Ogerpon on the first turn, bring it super low. Unfortunately our Iron Hands does get burned by the Sculp, but it stays quite healthy. We're able to switch in Stunfisk on the incoming Skull and take no damage the next turn, thanks to Water Absorb. In comes Iron Bundle. We're able to land a Toxic as the Politoed goes for Haze, and we put it on a timer. Our Kilowattrel did go down to Hydro Pump, but that's fine, it did what it needed to do, taking out the Ogerpon. Then send out our Hisuian Electrode, who's able to get a big Volt Switch off, bring the Iron Bundle down to its Sash, and then we can switch in to Rotom, who's able to take the Ice Beam pretty well. Once again, we do get Frostbitten, which isn't great, but Rotom's more utility in this fight, so we can make it work. With the Politoed ticking down, on the next turn we do try and finish off the Iron Bundle after Rotom falls, as we know we're going to be able to outspeed with a Fake Out from Iron Hands. Electrode is then going to be able to finish off the Politoed with a Thunderbolt, as the Fake Out takes out the Iron Bundle. Giga Drain takes out the Politoed. It didn't matter what I went for. Thunderbolt, Giga Drain, they both kill. We ended up going for Giga Drain instead because the Swampert is going to come out, and Giga Drain is going to be quite effective. We are able to one-shot the Swampert, which is a massive threat gone. Hydro Pump from Walking Wake takes out Iron Hands, but we still have our Manectric and our Stunfisk left, so we're not worried about Lorelei's last two Mons, the Walking Wake and the Kyogre. Electrode is going to be important here because it's going to prevent the water moves hurting us, because we quad resist, while Stunfisk just completely nullifies the water moves. We are able to Toxic the Walking Wake after Electrode gets a massive hit off on the Kyogre, bringing it below half, which means Manectric can then come in, finish it off, leaving just the Walking Wake for us to deal with. Thunderbolt is enough. Walking Wake does land the Hydro Pump, brings Manectric low, but with the Walking Wake so low, another Thunderbolt is all it takes to finish the fight. Against Bruno, Manectric's going to be important once again. I did lead with Stunfisk. Switch into Hisuian Electrode. We have the move Court Chain, which is going to move those Stealth Rocks to the opposite side of the field. We get the Static proc, which is quite lucky against the Great Tusk. Get a massive Giga Drain off. Live the close combat thanks to the HP we gain back, and finish off the Great Tusk. Zacian then comes in. I do end up staying in with Electrode, gain a Thunderbolt off, He goes for Wild Charge. I was hoping for the static proc again. It didn't proc. Fortunately, we have Monotype, who has double Intimidate in this game, which means we're able to get the Zacian to -1. It Swords Dances. Goes up to +1, but switches out once it realizes Monotype's outspeeds. We switch out against the Iron Hands into our Stun Fist because we want to... Well, we get faked out first. An Ice Punch does big damage, but we do manage to land the Toxic on the Iron Hands, putting it on a timer. I do let Stun Fist go down, because it's done what it needs to do. With the Iron Hands on a timer, now it's a case of just slowly whittling it down. With Monotype helping out by lowering its attack with Intimidate. We're able to get a Volt Switch off. Switch into our own Iron Hands, who's able to tank a Drain Punch. We force the opponent's Iron Hands out. Get a Fake Out off on the Iron Valiant. It Calm Minds. We go for Plasma Fist. We do big damage. Almost take it out in one hit. But now we know we need to switch. Because we want to preserve Iron Hands Fake Out. You end up going into Rotom. Moonblast almost takes us out. Unfortunately, Shadow Ball does take us out the next turn. Go back into Iron Hands. Quick Fake Out. We get the crit. We take out Iron Valiant. The opponent's Iron Hands comes in. We know it's going for Fake Out, so we stay in because Iron Hands still have both gets them on. The Toxic starts racking up. We're able to get some HP back with the Drain Punch. And take it out the next turn. With Iron Hands down, there's only 3 mons left on Bruno's team. Against the Lucario, Aura Sphere doesn't take us out. We're able to get a lot of our HP back with Drain Punch. Urshifu then comes out. Close combat. Does do massive damage. Fortunately we live. And Plasma Fist is able to take it out in return, leaving just the Zacian left. Zacian does just about survive. But we send out our Monotype. He's able to get an Intimidate off. The main reason is because now we have an easy kill with Iron Hands at any point. But it doesn't matter. Monotype lives the close combat, takes it out, and we beat Bruno. Up next is Agatha. We lead Stun Fist with Stealth Rocks and Toxic because we know that the opposing to Rock's going to go for Taunt. We then go into our Monotype because we outspeed. We're able to Mega Evolve. We then Volt Switch out on the Roaring Moon as Agatha switch. Against the Roaring Moon, we send out our Iron Hands. Get the Fake Out off for a bit of chip. And then we know we live any hit, so we're able to Drain Punch, take it out, and take out one of the biggest threats on our team. Marshadow comes out. We go for Plasma Fist, just to get some damage off, and break Marshadow's Focus Sash. We do almost half, which is pretty good damage to the Marshadow. Do it again, and it keeps going for bulk up, so we're able to hit a third Plasma Fist and take out the Marshadow without taking any damage on Iron Hands. We're able to live a Shadow Ball from Golden Go, hit a knockoff. Then we do just go for Plasma Fist, but it's our best move. Golden Go goes down. The Chi-Yu comes out. Because the Roaring Moon knocked off our Assault Vest, we do go down. I don't think it mattered. We probably would have gone down anyway. But we send out Rotom against Chi-Yu. Live the hidden power. Scald in return. Do about 75%. Go down to the Dark Pulse. But now it's low enough where Monotype can finish off the Chi-Yu. In this fight, it was a lot about positioning, getting the right mons in at the right time. Iron Hands particular did a lot of work in this fight, taking out roughly half Agatha's team. Against the Gengar, we do have Stunfisk in, and we know we're able to click Earth Power because it always Mega Evolves, always loses Levitate, and because we have the Focus Sash, we know we'd always live a hit. The Zoroark is the last one left. It goes for Taunt, even though it's easy kill, and we're able to kill it for free. After beating Agatha, we have a slightly tougher fight against Lance. Unfortunately, he leads with Aerodactyl. Our Electrode outspeeds. It goes for Taunt. We're able to two-shot with Thunderbolt and Volt Switch, and prevent rocks on our side of the field. Then go into Stunfisk, and out comes the Melmetal. Does go for Earthquake. Stunfisk takes massive damage, but we're able to set up Stealth Rocks on Lance's side of the field. Ice Punch does take out Stunfisk. And now we need to figure out how we're going to beat the Melmetal. Obvious answer is Iron Hands, because of its sky high attack, and it resists a lot of what Melmetal wants to do. Earthquake still does a big chunk, but with Drain Punch we're able to get back, be relatively healthy. Salamence then comes out, lowers our attack, so we send out our Monotype to lower its attack in return. As the Salamence Mega Evolves, it does go for Dragon Dance, so now it's neutral again. I Mega Evolve as well, Volt Switch out, and we're just going to cycle through these Intimidates to keep the Salamence in check, while also doing good damage with Volt Switch. Send out Rotom here. Goes for Dragon Dance again, but Lance is getting greedy. We're able to click Thunderbolt, bring the Salamence low. It goes for Dragon Dance again, even though it's on 1 HP. And we're able to take it out for free. I don't know what Lance is thinking at this point. I really don't. But we'll take it. A free kill. The Dragonite then comes out. We're able to break its multi-scale with our Stealth Rocks. Get a bit of chip off with Fake Out, and Plasma Fist is able to do a lot of damage, bringing down Dragonite to 1 HP. I do want to keep Iron Hands alive, so once again, switch into Rotom. Fortunately, the Dragonite wasn't able to hit us with that move, but Extreme Speed does do a bit of damage. And then we send Iron Hands right back out. All that's left is the Dialga and the Iron Jugulus. That Dialga is the main threat. We're able to get a Drain Punch off on it, do some good damage. Although not much, because of Dialga's ability, Primal Armor. Means it takes 50% less from super effective hits, which is broken. But we are able to chip it down as we're cycling through our mons, as it's doing more and more damage to our team. Thunderbolt from Rotom does bring it down. We brought it down to about 30% now. We start going for Earth Slash from Kilowattrel. We don't get the flinch, but we are able to live the hit. Then we send out our Iron Hands once again. Fake out, but Dialga goes for rest, meaning we have to go through the whole thing again. We are to get a bit of HP back with the Drain Punch. It rolls Roar of Time on the Sleep Talk, which is a pain. We end up going for Snarl once Monotype comes in to start lowering down the special attack of the Dialga to make it a bit less of a threat. On the offensive side, we land our second one, so now it's at -2, meaning we actually live the Roar of Time and send out our Electrode. Thunderbolt does decent damage. Fortunately, we get Roar of Timed out again. Once again, back into Kilowattrel. Go for Air Slash. Don't get the flinch again. And back into Rotom. Now Dialga sees a kill here, so it should attack instead of going for rest. It does, and we brought it down low. Monotype comes back out, and from this range, Monotype should be able to kill with Flamethrower. It does, leaving just the Iron Jugulus left. Fortunately, Monotype outspeeds. Thunderbolt one-shots after the Stealth Rock damage, and we manage to get through Lance and make our way to face the champion. Against Veramosa, we of course lead our Monotype, Mega Evolve, get the double Intimidate, Volt Switch out, after it close combats, doing about 40% as we bring it down to its Focus Sash. We send out our Kilowattrel, we're able to force out the Veramosa, it goes straight into Ditto for the Volt Absorb from Kilowattrel, a pro play. So we send out our Stunfisk, who's able to resist the Earth Slashes, set up the Stealth Rocks, which is going to be useful for the rest of the fight. Quick Toxic, as he switched out into a Veltal, which was the perfect Mon. With a Veltal on a timer, this fight becomes a lot easier. From fighting this Elite Four many times, I actually think if Veltal is one of the worst mons to deal with, because not only does it have recovery with Oblivion Wing, it's also holding the Assault Vest item, which makes it incredibly bulky, and if you don't have the right ways to deal with it, it can be pretty much unkillable, especially with the move Dark Hold, which can put us to sleep. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with that in this run, and we're able to get through it relatively unscathed. In this run, one of the main problems is Miraidon, but Iron Hand is able to do massive damage to it, live the Dragon Pulse, take it out. Honestly, a lot easier than I thought it would be to beat Miraidon. Eternatus goes for Sludge Wave. Because we're holding the Assault Vest, we are able to live the hit. Unfortunately, go down the next turn after bringing it down low. Because we've brought it down low, do send out Electrode, Volt Switch out, get a bit of damage off, send out Stunfisk to be a sack, and then just send out our Kilowattrel to Earth Slash the Eternatus and finish it off. Metagross. For Metagross, fortunately, we have Monotype, which is why we kept him in the back for the Intimidate, to really neutralize the physical damage that he's going to put out. I did hard switch here because I was expecting the Bullet Punch. It goes for Zen Headbutt again. We Volt Switch out, the Ditto comes back out on our electric move. We know that it's going to click Earth Slash, because it's the only move that can hurt our Kilowattrel. We send out Rotom, land a Toxic on the Ditto to put it on the timer, and hopefully force it out. Start clicking Scald, we land a Scald on the Metagross, and we manage to get the burn, which pretty much seals our victory in this fight. It means Zen Headbutt's not able to do that much damage to us. We're able to send out Monotype, intimidate it down, and this time we do Volt Switch out, finish off the Metagross, leaving just 3 mons left. The Yveltal almost goes down to the rocks alone. Sucker Punch does take us out, but the last Toxic tick is able to finish it off. The Ditto comes back out as we go into Rotom. It's able to do big damage with Thunderbolt. We Volt Switch out, we Quad Resist with Electrode, but Monotype just outspeeds, so we go into that instead. Click Thunderbolt, finish off the Ditto, in comes the Pheromosa, which dies to the rocks. That was the electric run done, and we're now champion of Radical Red using just electric types. Overall, a pretty fun run. How to use some bonds which I wouldn't otherwise use. I'm glad I got to use Court Change from Electro because I think it's a really cool move. But overall, another pretty fun run and a cool type.